My first guest is an Emmy winner, a Tony winner, and a New York Times best-selling author. He is the star and executive producer of the Showtime series Your Honor, which airs Sunday nights at 10 p.m. Here he is, the one and only Bryan Cranston. Look at you. You are the best. You're looking good, buddy. We love it when you stop by, and we appreciate it always, always, always. And thank you for going above and beyond and doing fancy soaps. That was fun.
It just so happens that I am a fancy soap collector, and you didn't even know that.
I did not know that.
Amazing.
I didn't realize this, but soap actually plays a big part in your acting career. One of your first gigs was a soap commercial, and we have a photo. Here's a shot of Bryan Cranston in his Shield soap commercial. Yeah, it's a stud right there. Come on. Do you remember getting this
look at
gig?
that young man. Yeah, I do remember. In order to get a soap commercial, you got to go in really stinky.
That's a
I
good note.
mean, yeah, it is after big garlic meal the night before and a few drinks stinky, and then running in sweats and then coming into the, because then they have to show that the product really works.
Something else I did not really know about you, but before your acting career took off, you were briefly a stand-up comedian. What got you into stand-up?
Yeah. You know, Jimmy, it comes more naturally to you, but it didn't come naturally to me. I was afraid of it. I think the only reason that I thought I should do some stand-up is because it frightened me. And just the idea of you're alone on stage, a microphone and a light shining on you, and that's it, go. And I thought, wow, to be able to do that would be amazing. So I took a class and started writing some material and went around to the Comedy Store and the Improv and the Laugh Stop and the Playboy Club out here in Los Angeles and did the routine. I never got paid for it, nor should I have ever been paid for it.
Nope.
I just did the open mic nights, and I rose all the way up to the lofty position of mediocre.
Oh, congratulations. Oh, my God.
I got it.
Wow. You got all the way up to mediocre, yeah. Do you remember any of your set at all? Any jokes?
Well, the one that really worked the best was when I was talking about the plight of car sales in the country have gone down. And, particularly men, much more women are buying cars than men. And I said, there's an easy way for men to buy cars. Just name them after women's body parts. It's like,
Oh, yeah.
guys, how about the perky little Ford nipple? It's an adorable little
Dude,
guy.
that's actually a good bit. That would work right now, by the way. That would totally work right now. I can already see it already. Well, earlier in your intro, I was listing your awards. You won a Tony, you won an Emmy, or New York Times best-selling author. You won another award. You have an award-winning Mezcal.
Yeah.
This is
We
major.
just won double gold. Yeah, from Cigar and Spirits magazine, Dos Hombres.
Dos
And
Hombres Mezcal.
Dos Hombres.
And you and Aaron Paul got together and you guys started. How did that happen? I love this.
You know, about 3 years after the end of Breaking Bad, we were in New York together having dinner, and we hadn't seen each other a lot since then. And it was, God, I miss you. You know, we used to see each other all the time, and it was so intimate. We were really good friends. But life goes on, and you move on to other things. And he said, you know what we ought to do is start a mezcal company. And I went, you're kidding. The thing with the worm at the bottom, he goes, no, that's a BS marketing thing. No, I mean,
No,
really
you're
good
right. You're right. It
mezcals.
was that. That was it. That's what I knew it as.
Yeah, that was horrible and cheap. This is unbelievable. He took me to a mezcal bar. We tasted a bunch of different kinds, and I said, this is delicious. We went down to Oaxaca for a week and tested and tasted about 80 different mezcals until we found Dos Hombres. And it's just a beautiful spirit, old
Just
world,
delicious and smoky.
gluten-free. It's fantastic.
I have some, and it's actually delicious. I love it. But that's crazy
It's
that you just do that just out of love of missing each other, and let's just do this so that we're forced to talk to each other and hang out.
So there's a reason for us to talk to each other every day. Yeah.
Hey, I want to talk about your Showtime series, Your Honor. For those who haven't seen it, can you set this up?
Yeah. Your Honor is about a Superior Court judge and his son. His son is 17, a sweet kid, And he unfortunately gets involved in a traffic accident where a boy dies, and he panics and he leaves the scene of the accident, thereby becoming a crime scene. When he tells me and confesses what happened, I tell him, you've got to do the right thing. You have to be accountable for your actions. And I convince him we're going to turn him in to the police and go through the system. When we get to the police station, I notice the parents of the boy who died that morning. And the man, the father, is a vicious mob boss. And I know that that man will kill my son, regardless of whose fault it was or anything. And so with that new information, I realize I can't just turn my son in to be killed. I have to protect him. So we do an about face and we leave. Yeah. And from that point on, we reverse engineer everything that happened, creating alibis, destroying evidence, manipulating the jury system and the whole thing. And of course, it's a downward spiral. It's very tense, very emotional.
Yeah.
I just didn't think that the society had enough anxiety in their lives. So we're contributing.
You think people need more? No. But by the way, it's a hit, and congrats. And I know you direct the finale.
Yeah,
coming up.
I direct the 10th episode of it, and it's very interesting directing yourself. The director me will always approach the actor me and say something like, "Wow, I mean, you're a lot better looking than I thought you were." And
slow clap.
And then the actor me gets flustered and feels the flirtation and sleeps with the director. It's kind of nasty, really.
How long have you been sleeping with the director?
Oh, many years, and it hasn't gotten me very far. I'm always disappointed too.
Oh my gosh!
It's like, is that it? Really? That's all?
That was all. Yeah. I like the flirting better. Okay. Well, here's Bryan Cranston. Not necessarily directed by Bryan Cranston. In Your Honor, take a look at this.
12 of our peers will do exactly what I want them to do. Tomorrow or the next day, I am making a move. Now, are we done here?
Only number in here is mine. I want to know what you've done and when you've done it. And I want it by 10 a.m. the day after tomorrow. Let's call that a deadline. And let's give that word its literal meaning.
Bryan Cranston, everybody, check out Your Honor, Sunday nights at 10 p.m. on Showtime.
On and on and on. I said, and it's on and